the vapors are like huffing on gasoline. You know what I'm saying?
Just sit and smell it all day. That's
Yeah.
delightful.
Welcome once again to Chill Filter, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to, but you probably should. You probably are. Hey, that's why we like you. Ooh, that is so friggin' good.
Pro sip mid-sentence. I love it.
Better by far than I remember. Sazerac
Nice.
18 from
Oh,
2024.
fantastic.
My goodness, that's fruity. That's like candy fruity, like straight up like the new shiny thing you see at the grocery store that you're like, I've never tried that fruity candy before. You throw it in your mouth and it's this good. Honestly, so much better than I even remember. And I loved it when we tried it. So
yeah, amazing. Now you got me jealous. It's like, man, I wish I'd poured some of that.
Well, you got it right behind you. It's beautiful. And a green label. Yeah. But let's talk about some business real quick. Subscribe on YouTube. That helps us out so much. So that's a way you can support us this week. So we'll keep it short and sweet. Bryan, how's your week? How's everything? How's life? How's Emma? How's everything?
Yeah, good. Shout out to your drinking buddy. Thank you so much for filling in. Appreciate that. That was very nice, and that was fun to listen to, man. And I tell you, you two vibed very well.
Nice. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Were you flicking? Was there a ding there? There.
Yeah, that was a baller ding to our good friend.
Yeah. No, it was good. I feel like I don't know if he slightly changed his camera setup or what, but it looked much more like intimate. And he because I watched the video
think of that, but you're right.
And like he was like arms in front, like leaning on his desk while he was talking to you, and like it felt very like in it with you. Yeah, I feel like it all came together really, really well. So that was cool.
No, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, we had such a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know we'll have him on again, and maybe it'll be all three of us. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, big shout out to your drinking buddy.
We should put together a blind competitors for Thomas H. Handy and tell him to pick the handy and see if we can stump him.
That's a good idea. You're saying like throw in a wild card?
Yeah, or three something else's and one Thomas H. Handy, and see if he can find the handy in the flight. If he loves it so much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
You know what we should do? We should do it'd be really hard to pull off. Yeah, I'm like, we should do like a one re-entry buzz episode with him, but that would be so hard logistically to like pull off exactly the sample we're drinking. And like,
right. Yeah. In order for us to not know
exactly. Yeah. Makes sense. But maybe if he joins you up in Phoenix or something like that, you guys can split.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun, but yeah, no, things are good. Emma is eating some solid foods now. I can't remember if I mentioned that.
What a big girl,
but
dude, she's over 6 months now.
She's over 6 months. She is right around 19 pounds, and that 6 month checkup we did. Yeah, I know that 6 month checkup that we had. She is right back on track here. 99th percentile still in height. Yeah, so she is.
What about
continuing
weight?
To be massive. Weight, I don't remember what the percentile was on weight, but I'm pretty sure it's over.
She's
50%.
Not like she's as big as she is tall, but she's not like, from what I've seen of her, she's not like this chunker. Although she's got those cute little cheekies.
I know she's definitely got the standard pudge on like on the cheeks and everything.
But she doesn't have like rolls or anything.
No,
like that.
Yeah, as far as like arm or like torso stuff, no rolls or anything like that. So yeah,
although it would be allowed for a cutie like her. So.
Oh, for sure.
But she can eat. Sounds like
bananas and sweet potato are her number one faves. Yeah, for sure. Cool. And it's taken a couple times. Like we could tell she loves banana because it was obvious that she hated carrots.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, like hated carrots.
I didn't like cooked carrots ever.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I hate carrots. If there's little like slivers of carrots in my like fried rice or whatever, that's all I can taste. Like all I can taste is carrots. It just overwhelms everything for me, so I hate it. But yeah, she didn't like it either. But when we were feeding her banana, she was like, we could tell that she wasn't hating it, you know? And then now it's taken a couple times, a couple feeding sessions where now she's into it, and she will put the spoon in her mouth herself. She will be taking actual bites and everything. Yeah. So she's loving it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Right before this is a turn of direction. Right before we recorded, you had to take a call real quick, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But during your like 3-minute call, and this is a public service announcement to all of our male, maybe female listeners out there. By the time this episode comes out, you'll have more than a month until Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
I am so good at this. Like, this is if there's one thing I'm good at, it's planning events for me and my wife, like date nights, basically. And so I did just get a reservation at a really nice new restaurant in town. Like while you were, talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And so public service announcement, research and call today to get a reservation for yo sweet schnookums this Valentine's Day.
And I can dox you because you put that reservation in the Chill Filter
was it on the
calendar.
Chill Filter, John? That's so funny because
I can tell everyone exactly where you're going.
Oh, it was yeah. You can tell where, but don't say it because it's a surprise for Heather. That's so funny.
Very good, very good.
I probably put more incriminating things on the calendar. I think I did a therapy appointment one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I went in here because I was like, well, what day of the week is Valentine's Day? Like, that'd be good to know, thinking about what we might want to do. And it's on a Friday, by the way.
It is on a Friday, which is another big deal. Next year, it'll be on a Saturday. So keep that in mind.
So I pulled it up and I see the 14th here, and I see already it says there's a reservation on here, and I was like, oh my God, did I already make a reservation for something?
That's funny.
Yeah.
So here's the funny thing that I used to do. I might have mentioned this before, but I used to like get like 4 or 5 reservations across town. And then I'd be like, hey, friend, my male friend who has a significant other, do you need a reservation for Valentine's Day? They're like, well, I never thought about it, so I guess I'm out. Well, I'm like, today's your day. You're in luck because I have a reservation for you. As long as you use my name, you can walk in and use and get a night. Because I would get like the best restaurants in town too.
Yeah,
like the ones that are like you could spend like 120 and have a good night, and it's like all those kind of restaurants. And I used to just hand them out to people, and it was awesome.
Cool. Yeah. You jogged my memory though. I've heard of people doing this and selling those slots.
I'm not surprised.
Where like you can buy someone's reservation slot because
I thought of making a business out of it. Actually, right. I actually did. Yeah.
Have we talked about this, or was that?
I don't think so.
Could have been somewhere else. I don't know.
It's been a while since I've actually like really talked about it. But yeah, it's it would be funny to do that because it would be Yeah, you could make money off of it for sure. Yeah,
I thought for a second
Facebook Marketplace or something
that you would be like, "Hey, friend, do you need a Valentine's Day reservation?" And then they'd be like, "Yeah," and then you'd be like, "Well, give me $20."
Yeah, exactly. It would be cool. So actually, that almost stemmed a small business that I almost started with some friends. Actually, one was a very techie guy, could put a good website together. It wasn't so much regarding Valentine's Day as it was date night planning. But then we decided to let it go. We thought it was a good idea, but we were like, it probably will need a lot more than we need to get it to take off. So
yeah, got you. You had a daddy-daughter date, I believe, or is it coming up? Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going.
I bet Beck won't listen to this. So
yeah, I think. Well, no, it won't come out until after the daddy.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so this one we're going to a tea room, like where you have to get like reservations, and they do like like they bring out the tea set, but also like they'll bring out like a multi-layered, like a tiered platter
the cakes
with all the tea sandwiches and stuff like that. This one is Elsa themed, or at least Frozen themed, and Delightful. So they're going to bring in apparently an Elsa. The Elsa, not an Elsa, for the record. They're going to bring in Elsa, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to eat good snacks. And I eat this stuff up. Like this is, and so Heather recently, she complained a little bit that like Beck said something along the lines of, "I'd rather have a daddy-daughter date than a mommy-daughter date," and and I feel for my wife because that is hard to hear.
Yeah.
But I also realize that my wife doesn't take advantage of the hype as much as I do. Like I'll tell Beck, like, "Are you excited for our daddy-daughter date?"
Yeah.
And I make sure that like everything we do on our daddy-daughter date is like Beck centered.
Yeah.
And when I do it with Gray, it'll be the same way. But it's like everything is fun. Everything is like you're never gonna like go to Home Depot to pick up something and then go get ice cream after. It's like no, this is for her. And not to say Heather doesn't do that, but Heather doesn't monopolize on the mommy daughter thing. Like it's not like she does actually take Beck out sometimes and do like fun things with her, but it's not like she like builds the I don't know, like the hype and the experience for her. Like that's me. Like and that goes as well with like, like I'm a good date planner. I'm a good daddy-daughter date planner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so but I feel bad for Heather because she's like because she heard that, but I realize that's because Beck has fallen for the hype. But in a good way. It's not like it's like empty hype. It's legit.
I remember hearing that one time, somebody making it very clear that like, you can surprise your wife with a fun surprise, but if you like tease the surprise, then you'll get like a week's worth of excitement and build up.
And it goes very much for the daughters.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like Beck will, like I told her this morning, I'm like, guess what tomorrow is? And she's like, daddy-daughter date. Like,
oh, that's lovely. Yeah.
So I look forward to your day when Emma's old enough to hearing about your daddy-daughter dates.
For sure.
Yeah, give it a year or so. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we like ice cream. We like going to parks. But we also like fancy things like Elsa tea days and stuff like that.
Do you are you gonna like dress up at all? Is she gonna dress up at all?
I should have thought ahead. I don't know anything that I could wear. I should probably like wear like maybe a button-up shirt or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But I don't know anything that would fit the vibe more than that, though. I wish I had something more than that.
Gotcha. Especially because like you're gonna want to take like some selfies or something.
Totally. Yeah.
Like so you're gonna want to have a nice shirt on and your hair done or whatever.
And speaking of date planning, I purchased these tickets at least 5 months ago.
Wow. Because you had to or because you thought of it and you were that excited?
A little bit of both.
Dang. That's impressive.
Yeah. You gotta plan. You gotta like here's my thing. This is why I love gifts. I love intentionality. I love like I did this for you because I love you. Love that.
Right.
Yeah. So anything else going on in the rap house? Any I don't know. Anything fun going on?
Anything fun going on? We might get together with some friends tonight, maybe get some pizza and play some games or something. But
what pizza?
Actually, what was suggested was just swinging by grabbing a Costco pizza, which actually is like really good.
Amazing,
I do like Costco pizzas. So yeah.
Oh, speaking of Costco pizzas, I started a diet again.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, on Monday. So not like a New Year's resolution, but a few days prior to New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
I want to get down to like my goal weight again. And I realize my belly's sticking out a little more than I like it to. And but it's so far a successful first 5 days. So
yeah. I remember when was it? Was it after Thanksgiving maybe? Or no, when you came out here, maybe you were mentioning, close to your all-time high or whatever.
The funny thing is I started to just like even out 7 pounds below my all-time high. Like it would be like just completely like converging on like 7 pounds lower than that.
Yeah.
But it was but I still am not happy with that weight. I'd rather be like 15 pounds less. So
yeah. So no Costco pizza for you.
No Costco pizza tonight, unless I ate just one slice. Yeah.
One slice will do it. One slice is enough.
Yeah. It makes it special. Yeah. Although today I had a really stressful day at work and I ate not a lot today because I was just like nose to the grind all day. which is rare for me. Like I usually love, like even in my diet, like I'll make a big salad with chicken and a little bit of bacon, and like I'll like make a decent meal. But I barely had a lunch today, and I just had to eat like a thing of like a piece of chicken before this episode, so I wasn't like gonna pass out from drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
So.
But
did you have
day
off
work,
today?
though?
I know it's a Friday. You have some Fridays off.
Yeah, actually, this is the end of my Christmas break. Yeah, so
Nice.
still off now. And actually, I think today. Let me look. Be good to know. Yeah, today was one of my off Fridays anyway.
Nice.
So yeah, I did use some PTO for yesterday, which got me to having today off. And so anyway, I've been off for break this whole time. So
that's sweet.
It's been nice. Yeah.
Dude, it's hard to go back after all that.
I know, right?
Yeah. This is the first like Christmas break where I barely took any time off.
Oh, so what'd you get? Like 25th and 1st, and that was it? Or
23rd, 24th, 25th. That was
okay.
It. Yeah.
Nice. At least you got a couple days there. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. But I only used one PTO day that whole time.
Yeah. Dude, Sam's work just changed to an unlimited PTO policy.
Oh, so I hear those are like kind of not a great thing.
Yeah,
because there's this weird expectation for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's the expectation thing. There's also the idea that like because you don't have this PTO that you're gonna lose if you don't use it by the end of the year, then you just don't even like think. You don't even think about using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do hear that overall people use less PTO when they have the unlimited thing. But I'll tell you, with as much as we at least used to travel, we'd have one big trip, and then Sam would have to really like strategically like tiptoe, like pick onesie twosie days here, and that's it, where there was a limitation there, and had to make sure to keep at least 1 or 2 days in case she got sick also, because you never know what's going to happen. And so at least this way there won't be any more like tippy-toe like strategically planning out individual days and stuff. So that'll be nice.
If that were me, I would be like, I'm going to take 30 days this year, which is hefty. But I'm like, I'm not going to go over, and I'm going to let people know that I only take 30 days a year. Maybe it'd be 25 to start, like, because that's even high for even a decent job. Like I get these days, I get like 22, 23, I think.
Yeah.
But like, I'd be like, hey, if we're unlimited, I am going to take advantage of 25 or 30. And that's it. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
But I was thinking 30 days is like, that's a month. But actually work days, more than a month. 30 days is like a month and a half.
I'm hoping to really spread it out nicely this year. But last year, a lot of it had to do with like one-off days and stuff like that. So I don't feel like except for our trip to Disney that one time, there was a lot of just one-off things, except for the trip to Phoenix as well.
True.
Did I tell you that if we pull off Madison 2025, that Heather wants to come and just like enjoy Madison while we're doing our thing?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
because Madison's awesome.
Yeah, should probably start planning that. Yeah,
we should get on that like tomorrow. So
yeah, we should probably send out the Chili's survey too.
Let's do that today. The funny thing is, we had it written up, we just never sent it, and I'm like, and I kept thinking, well, we got to finish it up, and I'm like, no, it's already done. So Chili's survey will be out.
Asking me to take a look, and I never took a look, and
it's all good. But yes, the Chili's episode will happen next episode. So.
Very good. And one last thing, I forgot to mention when I'm entry buzzing on, just another Frey Ranch pick.
Heyo. Oh, speaking of Frey Ranch and entry buzzes and the Chili's, did you get the notification of shipment from Sealbox yet? Nice. So we should just do that next week for the Chili's.
Well, assuming
it arrives.
That would be lovely to do while we do the Chili's. Yeah. So hopefully that actually gets to me in time. I guess I'll keep you posted on what the.
But don't you have a little bit left of the original sample?
I have an unopened 100 ml. of the original.
Perfect.
But I don't want to open it.
I know,
but
that's
I might.
real. That's
I
special.
might. Yeah.
Hey, but if that's what it takes, and maybe
That's
I think mine's set to arrive tomorrow, actually. So
no
hopefully
way.
yours comes quick.
Yeah,
But I think
East
it's from
Coast.
DC.
Yeah.
So
nice. That's exciting.
Yeah. All right, you ready to get into some history and some drinking?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
We'll be right back after this quick break. All right, we're back. We got some history this episode. We didn't even mention, except for a slight reference, we didn't even mention what we're drinking this week. We have a single barrel from Frey Ranch Distillery out in Nevada. And it is a 100% wheat whiskey, and I'm really excited for this one. And let's first give our only shout out today. Besides, we gave a few shout outs already, but another shout out today to Maximilian, Whiskey with Max on Instagram, I believe.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for sending us the sample we're drinking today. We originally had it in our pool, but we're like, let's drink that for an episode. What a baller.
And by the way, Max is spelled M-A-K-S, by the way. So whiskey with M-A-K-S, Max.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, not with an X. All right. This is officially our first Frey Ranch episode on the podcast. I'm not sure I've ever even had Frey Ranch. I think I did once. Maybe it was at the bottle share at your place.
Maybe.
So we decided to put a fun episode in this week because we're doing the Chili's next week, a little pushback. But it was kind of a one-off. First, we wanted to feature Frey Ranch, which we've never featured before. But this single barrel of wheat whiskey we thought would be fun. Plus, Max said it's pretty special. So we'll see, Max. We'll be the determiners of that. But Max, here's the thing: is like
I knew
Max
you were going to say this.
Disagree often on tasting notes, but I think I line up more with his tasting notes than he lines up with mine. Meaning that I can appreciate what he likes. He doesn't so much appreciate what I like, at least on the far end of the spectrum.
Well, and you know what I've found it to be is though we may not like the same flavor profiles, we do line up very well with what our opinions are of a professionally crafted whiskey is.
Totally.
You know, like when there's something to appreciate in a whiskey, we'd always appreciate it. But when there's nothing to appreciate in a whiskey, we don't appreciate it.
Legit. So we'll see how this one goes. Anyway, Frey Ranch Distillery. Founded in 2014, apparently, in Fallon. I think it's Fallon, Nevada.
Jimmy Fallon, Nevada?
I think it's spelled the same way.
Yep. Fallon. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jimmy Fallon. And it was founded by Colby and Ashley Frey, not Fry. I know people that have the same spelling and they go by Fry, but this is Frey. Colby and Ashley are a married couple, and Colby is a 5th generation farmer. And so they started because basically they had been farming on that Nevada land since the 1850s, which is crazy. That's a long time. I didn't even know Nevada was around in the 1850s, but it makes sense that it would be.
It was still like Pangea back then.
Because wasn't the gold rush like the 49ers, like the 1849er in California? So it had to have been around there.
Yeah.
So anyway, Colby Frey wanted to add value to their farm-grown grains because they, were doing a lot of grains. So they're like, but he also had a passion for whiskey. So he was like, let's make it about our whiskey that we make from our grains that we grow. So their motto is be good to the land and the land will be good to you. And it reflects their dedication to sustainability and just the craft of whiskey. So they're known for their ground to glass approach, which is not grain to glass. But I think they even trademarked ground to glass.
Nice.
And meaning that in every step from growing the grains to distilling and bottling, it's done on site, which is really cool. Like nothing leaves site in order to make their whiskey. They have a 1,500 acre farm. Their products are celebrated for exceptional quality and especially the connection to the land of that northern Nevada land. Their core whiskeys are their straight bourbon, which is a high corn mash bill. They have a straight rye, which is made from 100% rye. They have, what up, Emma?
Oh, I wondered if you could hear that.
Yeah, it was great. They have some single barrel releases, and they have some farm strength releases,
Farm
which are a
strength,
higher proof
nice.
version of, for example, their bourbon. But they also have something called their single grain series, which we'll get to. What sets them apart is that it's one of the few growing. I like the word growing distilleries that uses completely their own on-site grain. It's very few, even growing distilleries that does that. Sustainability, they're into that. They're environmentally friendly, including recycling water and using leftover grain as livestock feed. They are rooted in Nevada, and they are one of the few prominent distilleries in Nevada, especially that grows their own stuff. You could think of
Smoke
Wagon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they completely MGP source, which is fine. But it's cool that these guys don't. And they're into
making their
showcasing.
own. They're distilling now too, I think.
Are they? I wouldn't be surprised.
Wait, or no? Am I thinking of?
They basically like have a not a license, a deal with MGP that's like, hey, we get these rick houses, or we get this section of each rick house and stuff like that. But I think
I was thinking of. No, I think I was thinking
High
of
West.
High West. Yeah, which is Utah, of course. But
Mm-hmm. They do a little bit of their own stuff. Yeah. They are pretty transparent. Frey Ranch. They are into labeling and branding that emphasize honesty and the farm to bottle process. In 2018, they started making longer age stuff, and so they started to get a lot more recognized in 2018. But apparently by 2020, their straight bourbon and rye had really spread out in distribution, as well as just got a lot of awards and stuff like that. They aim to remain a family-operated farm distillery and continue that way, celebrating the Nevada terroir and agricultural and distilling heritage. And they're into making it a Nevada product, which I dig. I'm into that. I like when people make it their own and say, like, like you think of Ben Holiday and they're like, this is Missouri bourbon. This is not Indiana or Kentucky or Tennessee. This is Missouri bourbon. I love that. And so what we're drinking today is apparently barrel 1208 that they got going here from their their barrels total. But this one is specifically 100% wheat, no malty bees in this malty beast.
God, I wonder if there are enzymes in there.
How do they get the enzymes? Yeah, but this I won't mention it until after we drink it. But I don't know if you read Max's text. Okay, because he there was some blatant flavor notes that were mentioned, and
good. I didn't.
Will not mention them until we drink it.
Nice.
Yep, part of their single grain series, which they do just one single grain, and it's not like single grain like Irish whiskey, for example. This is single grain means one single grain in this context, because there is no legal definition in the U.S. about single grain, but there is in Ireland.
Did you see that they have like 100% corn and 100% rye? And 100%?
Or did I?
Yeah, I was just curious.
No, I didn't notice, but I imagine if they have a single grain series that they probably have other things. I do know they do 100% rye, but that's it.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice.
6 years, 2 months aged, cask strength at 133.7. That's hot, especially for 6 years. And,
my pick here is 126. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good for that. I mean, it makes sense. It's hotter out in it's northern Nevada, but still it's hot. It's deserty.
Yeah.
And total wine price, not total wine available, but Max said he thinks he spent about $100 for it.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he bought this direct from Frey Ranch online. Yeah.
Let's do this. Here's the cork pop.
All right. We got number 214 right here.
Yep. All right. Pouring it out for this homie right here. All right. I'm excited because Max brought this up like, hey, this is kind of like he was like, I want you guys to have this so you guys can have something different.
Yeah, all I remember about this is that it is strikingly unique, and I've heard that from multiple people.
Wait, have you tried it yet?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Another thing, I entry buzzed a little bit on Saz 18, but before that, I was entry buzzing on Bernheim Barrel Proof, which I believe is not. I mean, I can assure you, it's not 100% wheat, but I believe there's at least some corn. Yeah. 51% wheat, 37% corn, 12% malted barley. So this is very different than that.
I would have guessed Bernheim was higher.
Yeah. Wow, what a nose. I'm not saying this is the best nose I've ever had, but it is unique and good.
I think I would have, if this was reentry buzz, and here I am nosing right now, I would guess that this is a Cabernet finished bourbon. Yeah. Some sort of red wine finish.
I would say this is finished in buttercream icing barrel.
Nice. Man, it's got so it's not like a port jammy sweet red. It's like a dry tannic red. Winey
even though it is sweet, it doesn't seem like, if it were finished, it would have been like a much more earthy red wine to bring out these kind of notes.
Cool. So I just sipped. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in my mouth right now.
I mean, it's hot, so it takes a while to register.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am. It's sticking with me now. In my head, I have one very clear front-running tasting note.
Me too.
That I'm waiting to say until you've solidified your.
No. I mean, mine follows through with my my note of like buttercream icing. Like,
oh, really?
Pure icing to me.
Because my prominent note here is black licorice.
Really?
Yeah.
This is so much better than black licorice. Like, I can appreciate certain anise notes or anise notes. But this is so rich to me. Like, black licorice is like not always rich. Like, this is rich.
Yeah, it is definitely very sugary. Definitely very sugary. I'm lacking the vanilla-ness to get me to like buttercream frosting.
So vanilla to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
This tastes like a Jelly Belly jelly bean. I'm trying to think of which one.
Probably the icing one.
Is there like a well, there's every flavor, let's be real, but there is a Jelly Belly jelly bean that tastes exactly like this, and I want to say it's like
toasted or buttered popcorn.
No, there's a toasted marshmallow, I think. Right? I think that's.
I'm actually getting more buttered popcorn from this than toasted.
We should do that with every whiskey.
Yeah.
Which is the Jelly Belly jelly bean that every whiskey we try? Yeah.
Most would be like, this is cherry or very cherry.
Yeah, right.
You ever seen Hot Rod?
No.
So there's this. You've never seen Hot Rod? Oh,
I don't think so. But like, it sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't even visualize a movie poster.
It's Andy Samberg, and
we talked about like this recently. But
did you not see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, there's this one scene where they like cut to this scene, and it's already like in the middle of something. But the guy, Andy Samberg, has his eyes closed, and he takes one more Jelly Belly in his hand, and he's like, all right, finish him off. And then they put this Jelly Belly in his hand, and he's like, raspberry, psych, very cherry. And then the other guy's like, wow, that's 100 straight, or something like that. Like, it's a great scene.
Nice, I love it.
Yeah. I feel like Bryce knows that scene, but maybe he doesn't. Hit us up, Bryce.
Nice. I'm sticking with my assessment here. Tons and tons and tons of sugariness going on here.
Yeah.
But to me, the most prominent thing about this is very slightly bitter, not in an unfavorable way. Black licoricey thing
That's
going
so
on
weird
for me. Yeah.
So weird. No, I'm not getting that. But I don't disrespect your notes. Your notes are
This
valid.
tastes, there's so much sugariness here and sweetness here for me that it tastes halfway to an old fashioned. Like
halfway
it tastes
to
like there's it tastes like there's a little simple syrup in here already.
Wow, yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that. It's rich in that way too. Like it's got a nice sugary richness, like a heavy simple syrup in there. I just added a little water.
Nice,
the
I'm
old
on it.
Spin J.
Oh my gosh. I
More
just
buttery.
maybe because remember in the Christmas episode when I had the sun in my face? My son is coming in. It's getting pretty close.
You have a son?
Yes, I do. The sun. Might have just been because I was holding my Glen in the sun a little bit, but when I dropped the water in here, I like saw the oils like separate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's non-chill filtered. Hey, that's not the name of the podcast.
Should we even be drinking this?
Yeah, I know, right? That'd be funny. It's like that one person on the group message that was like, "Wait, is it chill filtered?" And it was a Foul North pick that we're talking about.
Is it really
no,
chill
filtered? Selected by
Welcome to the Chill Filtered Podcast, where we only drink chill filtered whiskeys.
We limit ourselves to only the chill filters. So more buttery. And I'm glad you brought up Jelly Belly because I stand by my buttered popcorn Jelly Belly note.
Yeah.
But also definitely like funfetti icing, which is the note that that Frey Ranch said is this was like dominant note. It was like funfetti icing. But it's more buttery and more buttered popcorn than it was the water pour on the nose, at least.
The water took away some of the sugary sweetness for me. I think maybe I just barely like neat more than water, but I do feel like more oakiness came out with water.
I think so a little bit.
Less sweetness. And less the notes, the intensity of my notes, like the black licorice and everything, has been dialed back a little bit. They're not that the notes aren't as pow in my face anymore, and it's just kind of rounded out well. I think the water is nice, but I do think I like the neat a little better.
I agree, but I'm actually really intrigued by what will happen with the ice pour because this is
for sure.
This is actually very dense. It could be spread out in a good way. It is very tightly packed flavor. A lot going on in the front of the palate, a lot going on in the mid and every part of the palate. I wonder what ice will do with this. I have a feeling it won't destroy it, like it won't kill it. But I am curious to see if it'll be better than the neat pour or not.
I'm a little worried about too much dry oakiness coming out with ice because that's kind of where water sent me in that direction. But we shall see. Right. Got a cube.
Drop it a cube.
Let's get some ice drop ASMR.
The infinite whiskey hack. Just keep adding ice.
Ooh. Hopefully that wasn't too loud.
It was, but I liked it.
Sorry, everyone commuting to work and your volume was up in your car and
drive off the road.
Dude, police sirens. Police sirens in audio when you're driving in your car.
What about
How much does that upset you?
Like when a cop is driving near me?
Okay. Sorry, I just totally went off on a tangent. If you're listening to the radio or something and there's a police siren while you're driving.
I don't get thrown off, but I know people that, like my wife does. Like there was this one commercial when we used to listen to the radio when we were in Colorado, my wife and I, and she's like, I hate this commercial because it makes me think there's someone near me.
I might get thrown off for like a second or two while I'm like, oh, whoa, what's that?
But you won't fall for it.
And then once I realize that it's coming from my car speakers, I get infuriated.
Oh, wow.
That someone would put this through my car speakers.
I actually think no, that's it. Okay, this is where it all comes around. I worked for a company in Colorado that, put out local commercials because we were a local medical facility. And and we had something that had a little bit of a quick siren on it, and we got a few calls that were like, "Please take this off the radio."
Yeah,
because I
never
hate
do
it.
this again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was me. I
was like,
called.
something. Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, it might have been you.
So ice is lovely on this. The nose is pretty muted. I don't get much on the nose, except just kind of some sugary, nothing really super prominent at all. But the palate is like the amount of sugar that I'm tasting got doubled with my black licorice note. So now it's crazy sugary.
Do you like black licorice? Because it's like half and half kind of. Okay, good.
Yeah.
No, it's more brown sugary this time around for me. On the ice pour, the water pour was like buttercream, white sugary. This is definitely a lot more brown sugary on the ice. I love it. I don't know if I like it better than neat, but it's close.
Yeah, I think I do think I'm still neat first. I guess I better, assess just to make sure.
They're about equal to me.
But yeah, the ice is great though. So Max, with the rest of your bottle here, it's probably worth an ice assessment of your own.
Yeah, you got to try it out. Shout out to Max for sharing us a really special pour.
Yeah, this is cool.
I love this. It's a weird one.
I remember seeing it go live, and everyone in Discord was freaking out about it. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, should I do it? Should I do it?" And then I was like, "No!" I was like, "Don't FOMO buy. Don't just buy it because everyone's freaking out about it." If I had bought this, honestly, I'd probably just make old fashions out of the rest of the one in my hand right now, and then keep the wheat one forever because it's super.
It is very special. You get nothing like this. This is very unique, but also very respectable. It's one of those things where they didn't finish it. They didn't do anything. In fact, they tried something very different and did 100% wheat mash bill, which is very brave, and something amazing turned out, which is why I'm going to actually start considering Frey Ranch a lot more because they're doing cool things. Yeah. Worth 100?
Worth 100? Absolutely. Absolutely worth 100.
Yeah,
I think
very unique in that way.
If we reentry buzzed this, I think I might have been around 120 maybe.
Yeah.
I'd have been a little over 100. Because there is, getting into rating, let me pull up my rating scale. There is nothing off-putting about this.
Yeah.
This is like, if you don't like this, it's because you don't like the particular tasting notes you're getting. Yeah,
I thought you were about to say, if you don't like this, it's because you don't like good things.
Get out. Yeah. If you don't like this, it's not because it came across youthy or hot or something
point.
That's definitively bad. This is a bottle that I would be super happy to share with anyone who came over to my house. I think that this does clearly stand out. I'm working my way up my scale now. But I think maybe I'm not quite to the extremely solid, well-rounded A's. So I'm sitting at like a B+. Yeah. I think that this clearly stands out. I think it's super fun. I think it's worth sharing with everyone that you know that's a whiskey nerd. But with a black licorice note too, which I just already happen to like black licorice. For me, that jived. So B+.
But for those who don't like black licorice, I didn't get black licorice.
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe it was confirmation bias. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I was seeing what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with B+ here, but I'm going to give it a 9.0 on the numerical rating score. I think it is hub to what, but it's not too much higher than that. Like this isn't the complexity that you'd expect from a 9.5er. But like I said, everything they're doing is cool and experimental, and it turned out amazing, which I dig. So, keep it up, Frey Ranch. This is very impressive.
Nice.
And I loved the icing notes, like the buttercream and funfetti notes. It is so densely vanilla. It's one of the most dense vanilla notes I've ever gotten on a whiskey, so I dig it.
Nice.
Yeah.
One last comment.
Yeah.
I sipped my barrel strength pick here, 126 proof,
Nice.
just the standard old Frey Ranch bourbon pick. And this wheat one is so different, just completely different, that if you ever come across 100% wheat Frey Ranch and you're like, well, I don't know, I already have a Frey Ranch bourbon pick, I suggest you go ahead and buy it.
Try it out.
Because it is so different. You're not buying the same bottle again. You're buying something completely different.
I believe it. Yeah. What do you think of Frey Ranch's bourbons? You like them?
Yeah, absolutely solid.
Nice.
And I was stoked to see Single Barrel Rye start showing up in Arizona. I haven't seen any Single Barrel Rye show up in Arizona, so I'm still on the lookout for.
Good.
I'm at the same time, I'm not going out of my way to buy one online from somewhere else. But if I'm at a store and I see a Single Barrel Rye, I will pick it up. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Now that we've talked about our ratings, I think it's time for our next segment of the show. We like to call this segment Whiskey World News.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Whiskey World News, and today we are finally actually going to discuss something that's been mentioned 2 or 3 times now, but we have not actually deep dove into the specifics around this. Yeah, dive it in. That's what I meant to say. So the American Single Malt is now finally an official whiskey category. And I know we mentioned this a couple of times. You mentioned this with Josh, actually, but I'm going to now read an article here from Joseph V. McAuliffe from Forbes.
Yes,
Joseph McAuliffe, our favorite Forbes writer. He says, after several years of deliberations, the Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau, TTB, has issued its final rule establishing a new American single malt whiskey category. Steve Howley, the ASMWC president and organization of several hundred ASM whiskey producers, hailed the landmark ruling from the TTB, noting that it further cements our standing on the global stage in whiskey. He added, "We applaud the TTB for hearing the call from distillers, purveyors, and fans of the American single malt and formalizing a definition that supports and protects our producers both here and abroad." Abroad? American Single Malt.
Wait, what?
Abroad?
Oh, but you can drink American Single Malts abroad.
Yeah, I guess.
You can't make them abroad. Yeah.
It is a momentous day for American Single Malt whiskey, and this is just the beginning of a bright future for the category. So here are the rules. There are 6 rules. Number 1.
Bring it on.
Fermented mash of 100% malted barley produced in the United States. Note that the barley doesn't need to be produced in the US. Just the mashing and subsequent production.
That's cool. I dig that.
Number 2. Distillation proof of 160 or less, distilled at the same distillery in the United States.
That's bourbon rules, at least the distillation limit.
160? So, it just needs to be barreled at 125, right? For bourbon.
Barreled at no higher than 125. Yeah.
Cool. But you can't distill above 160. Yep, that's a bourbon rule? Yeah?
That is a bourbon rule.
Okay, cool. Number 3, stored in used, charred, new, or uncharred new oak barrels.
New.
With a 700
So new no matter what.
Yeah, it says, it says stored in used, charred new, or uncharred new oak barrels with a 700-liter maximum.
Is there any, what do you call it, like a mutually exclusive event in that? Is there something that could break out of that?
I don't know.
I guess you could age it in like a plastic container.
Well, it does say barrels. It says the word barrels.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like the outside of that realm would have to be some container that's not wood.
Right. Yeah. I need to see the definition of a barrel here. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, that's why. Anyway. I mean, bourbon says charred oak containers. So.
Yeah. Right. So 700-liter maximum capacity, though, only stored in the United States. That's the end of Rule 3.
Okay.
Rule 4 is no neutral spirits permitted.
I'm into that.
Rule 5 is no allowable coloring, flavoring, or blending materials are permitted except for caramel coloring if it's disclosed on the label.
Which is Scotch rules, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the final 6th rule is that it is aged for a minimum of 2 years.
Okay. So Scotch is 3, ASM, ASW, 3. What's
Nice.
ASM? Oh,
American Single Malt, and ASW is the distillery in Georgia.
Okay, I'm thinking of ASM.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So anyway, the final rule here, rule number 6, that is scheduled to be published in the Federal Register on Wednesday, December 18, which was like 2 weeks ago.
Ayo.
And the effective date for all of this is January 19, 2025. Nice. So coming right up here, right up. It will all be effective.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You remember when we were at Whiskey Del Bach recently, and and Mark was like, they're saying it's going to be the end of this year, but I highly doubt it. And look at us. Look at us, Mark Viertaler. Here we
are. Yeah. You did it. We didn't do anything. We did it.
We totally helped.
Sure. Yeah.
Because if we didn't drink their stuff, then no one would. Because we would only, or no, that's not how it works. Yeah, we love.
If we didn't drink their stuff, they wouldn't be getting money, and they'd be out of business, and they wouldn't have pushed for this rule.
Yeah, exactly. So they wouldn't have been a part of the what? How many distillers were on the thing? That one guy represented how many distilleries? 100 and something.
Oh, several hundred ASM whiskey producers.
Good for him.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. I am a fan of this. I think that sometimes you got to get the law involved to make something very classy and very like standardization by legal, like whatever is cool to me, because you think of the Bottled and Bond Act, or you think of the bourbon rules of 1964. It's like they went into effect for a good reason, because people were saying, hey, what I got here is good, it's called bourbon, when it's not bourbon.
Right.
You don't want those people in there. You want people to say like, hey, if it is American Single Malt, it has a standard to live up to. So I think that's really cool.
And I think the key here is this isn't prohibiting anyone from doing anything they were already doing. Mm-hmm. They just may not adhere to the guidelines set out in this to be able to call themselves American Single Malt.
You can make whiskey.
Because of this regulation, no one's getting shut down, and no one's unable to do what they were already doing. That's fine. Yeah. They just are not able to adhere to these certain guidelines, and therefore are not able to call themselves American Single Malts. So now there is a standard, and now there is regulation, so that when you buy something called an American Single Malt, you know what you're getting.
Totally. Yeah. No, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, me too. So now moving right along, we have a What Whiskey Would You Choose from forever ago.
Let's do it. Call it out.
So now that the holidays are over, we asked you, which cocktail would you choose for the holidays? As Cole drops the last drops into his mouth from 1 foot away. That was beautiful to watch. Tune in on YouTube, everyone.
Yeah.
So it was between cranberry rosemary sour and a high proof old fashioned, and wouldn't you know it, the listeners of the Chill Filter podcast would prefer a high proof old fashioned. 75% to 25% here for the cocktail for the holidays.
Landslide.
But we also asked you, I know, we also asked you, what is your cocktail of choice? Doesn't have to be whiskey. What are you drinking for the holidays? Totally. So we got some write-ins here. We got one from Dramhound. He says a maple old fashioned.
Ooh, he lives out in the New England area, so he's big into that.
He just goes out to a tree and just smacks it a couple times, and maple syrup comes
out. Right out. Yep.
He says apple cider bourbon or a hot toddy. So all of those. That was Dramhound. All of those sound great. Oh, and Bailey's and coffee for breakfast. He's doing all this for the holidays.
Dramhound knows what's up.
Yeah, he's staying busy over there. Yeah, so Marco and AZ wrote in, he said, the Vauqueré. I don't remember how Vauqueré.
Jason Preston will correct us because he speaks French.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Vous Carré, Jason, let me know how I did. Or a cider lowball.
Nice.
Paul Clarkson said Alton Brown's eggnog recipe. So friggin'
I'm
good.
into that. Yeah.
Madtown Marketer Ben Clapsick says brandy slush. Google it if you don't know what that
it's
is.
a big Wisconsin, John.
I know.
Yeah.
And what's in it? What kind of brandy again?
Corbels, typically.
Corbel brandy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he sent some pictures and stuff too in Discord. It looked real good, but
dude. And like they do it all right, you know. Like let's just say it's not a whiskey thing, but it's good.
I know, right? I'm
You
sure
like do like a frozen like soda, basically. Like yeah. It's like you like scrape it, and it's all it's good. It's good texture, good everything. Yeah. So
yeah, for
next
sure,
when we do our meetup in Wisconsin this summer, we'll have some of that. So
yeah. So Whiskey Shaman wrote in, he said, I do an old fashioned with maple syrup and maraschino liqueur. Sorry.
nice.
So good. So good.
That sounds
Sean
great.
Ciaro says a fig old fashioned or
Ooh, a
cranberry
figgy
old
man.
fashioned.
Bring
Yeah,
us some figgy whiskey, man.
Bringing us some figgy whiskey. Yeah, I bet man, cranberry old fashioned though. That'll be good. Maybe some low proof bourbon to go with like a fruity sweet cranberry. I bet that'd be good. Yeah.
Add some cranberry sauce to that. Yeah.
Cranberry sauce. All right. Whiskey drinking panda. Now he says
Joey
rye
T.
Rita. It is warm in Houston during the holidays.
Yo,
So
Joey
he's sticking
T.
with a
Send us that recipe. I'm down.
I didn't know
Rita.
he's in Houston. I thought
He's near. I won't dox him. I won't say the
Yeah.
exact city he lives in, but it's
He's
similar
near
to the
Houston.
city I live in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And I have no question prepped this week, but if I remember correctly, you and Josh, your drinking buddy, asked a question where you said Saz 18 and he said,
Yep. So what's your
Thomas
answer?
H. Andy.
Yeah.
Favorite rye I've been digging? That would be the Wilderness Trail 100 proof 7-year rye.
Yo,
So
that was good. They know what they're doing over there at Wilderness Trail.
Yeah, we will do a 3 for Instagram poll questions to look at on Instagram this week. Oh, you still got some?
No, I still have a little bit left on my size 18.
Oh, very good.
And
You should probably just down
done.
that right now. Yeah, good.
This is all I got. But it's
All right.
good.
So here this week we'll do a 3
you get high on this stuff, dude. It is so good. like I could just it's like yeah. The vapors are like huffing on gasoline, you know what I'm saying?
Just sit and smell it all day. That's delightful. So keep an eye out on Instagram here. We'll do a poll and vote for what rye you think sounds most interesting, and also let us know what ryes you've been digging lately. We're curious.
We'll post it next week. Wanted to give a shout out to all of our new listeners. We definitely had an uptick in new listeners lately. So and what I've noticed on YouTube's is that over half of our listeners are not subscribed.
Ooh.
So just do us a favor.
You know what?
We owe you one.
I'm pretty sure we did this already, but I'm going to do it again here. A little shout out to our latest Patreon subscriber, David Thompson.
Yeah.
Who subscribed after a little back and forth chatting about the new Found North Single Barrel. I hope yours is on the way also, David Thompson.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I hope it's already there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, no, thanks everyone for listening. I hope you guys had a good time. And I hope that you can try 100% wheat whiskey at some point too.
Oh, yeah. I hope that Emma continues to find delicious solid foods that she loves.
I too hope she can get used to solid foods because she's growing up that girly girl.
I know, right?
But most of all, favorite people in the world, all of you and listeners. You know, it's all you guys. It's all love. It's all love. But anyway, I hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. I'm into pen 15. I'm into 15 pens, so call me the pen 15 man.